The airport was loud with rolling suitcases and boarding calls, yet one man sat utterly invisible in the middle of it all, staring at the bright daytime windows as if the sky itself had abandoned him. Rayan Holt, a powerful CEO whose name moved markets, felt smaller than a shadow beneath the sunlit glass ceiling. In a place meant for departures and arrivals, he felt stuck, stranded not by canceled flights but by a life that had quietly lost its direction. Before the story goes any further, take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Life Spark Stories if you believe kindness can rewrite destinies, and that everyone deserves a second chance. Rayan had everything people dreamed of: towering offices, headlines praising his brilliance, and a schedule filled with meetings that never truly mattered. That morning flight was supposed to take him to another deal, another expansion, another win. Instead, he sat alone on a metal bench, suit perfectly pressed, eyes hollow. The daytime sun poured through the windows, lighting families laughing, children running, and couples embracing. Each smile felt like a reminder of what he had traded away. Years ago, ambition had convinced him that love could wait, that warmth was a distraction, that success would eventually fill every empty space. It never did. As he sat there, a small presence settled beside him, light as a breeze. A little girl named Mira, no older than 7, with neatly tied braids and a backpack almost her size, looked at him with calm curiosity. Her clothes were simple, her shoes worn, yet her face carried a softness that made the world feel gentler. She studied him for a moment, then asked him something in her innocent way that made his chest tighten. She wondered if he, like her, felt lost in such a big place. Rayan was caught off guard. No assistant had spoken to him like that in years. No adult had dared to notice the exhaustion he wore beneath his tailored jacket. He answered her honestly, explaining not with words meant for children, but with a truth he had never admitted out loud. He told her that being surrounded by people did not stop someone from being lonely, and that sometimes adults lose their way chasing things they think they need. Myra listened quietly, swinging her legs, the daytime light reflecting in her curious eyes. She shared in her simple way that she was waiting for her mother, who worked long hours and was always tired, but who still held her hand every night. To Myra, that small gesture meant safety, meant home. Rayan felt something crack inside him. He realized he could not remember the last time someone waited for him, or the last time he waited for anyone. Around them, the airport continued to move. Flights were called, people rushed, time marched forward. Yet for Rayan, everything slowed. The little girl did not see him as a CEO or a powerful man. She saw him as a human being sitting alone in a bright place, looking like he needed kindness. That realization hit harder than any business loss ever had. Security announcements echoed as Myra's mother appeared, apologizing gently for being late. Before leaving, Myra gave Rayan a small folded paper she had been drawing on. It showed 2 stick figures under a big yellow sun, standing close. No names, no labels, just togetherness. Rayan watched them walk away, feeling the weight of a decision forming in his chest. When his boarding call finally came, Rayan did not stand. He stared at the departure screen, then at the drawing in his hands. For the first time in decades, he chose not to run toward more. He walked out of the terminal into the daylight, calling his assistant to postpone everything. That afternoon, he visited his estranged sister, someone he had not seen in years. The next day, he changed his schedule, then slowly, his life. He learned to sit at dinner tables again, to listen, to wait for people instead of expecting them to wait for him. Years later, Rayan would still travel through airports, but never with the same emptiness. He kept Myra's drawing in his wallet, a reminder that sometimes the smallest voice asks the biggest question, and the answer can change everything. If this story touched something deep inside you, please take a moment to like, share, and support Life Spark Stories, because your engagement helps stories of hope reach hearts that need them. And before this story ends, leave a comment telling us what kindness means to you, because your words might inspire someone who feels lost today.